So I have to be quick here. So there's a little bit of a situation. I'm sure, as many of you know, as you came in this evening, the protesters, although we appreciate everyone protesting, it's their right. The situation has become a little volatile. Many of the guests that have come in today and those that are attending the wedding next door have experienced some racial slurs and things on that nature. That being said, because the RCMP and security detail has advised us that they do not feel safe that the Prime Minister enter, they tried numerous things. Unfortunately, at this moment, the Prime Minister will not be able to attend. He's going to make a few remarks via Zoom right now. Now, just as I say that, I know it's disappointing for all of us, but again, safety is key, and I'm sure we can all appreciate that. There will be something that we can do as far as another event which will be honored or something like that. We will discuss that with each one of you very shortly, but at this moment we need to be mindful of time. The Prime Minister will address everyone via Zoom. I just want to say on behalf of myself, my father, our members of Parliament, our full team, we are so grateful for each and every one of you on 10 days notice that you came out as families, friends, and Liberals and supported us. We are truly touched from the bottom of our heart. So I just want you to know that this is obviously disappointing for us, but at the same time, we are so grateful and so appreciative of our community and how you stood with us every time, how you're true Liberals. And I just want to say thank you on behalf of Randeep, my dad, our full team, Member of Parliament Suk Dhaliwal, former Member Jati Sidhu, Ken Hardy. We have a number of people here. We are super grateful for all of you, and we will talk about how we can do this again, but thank you very much. And Amrik Sangha, Suki Sandhu, Jay Minhas, many people here, and like I said, all of you at the end of the day, every single one of you who bought a ticket here today, truly humbled, truly grateful, and I'm disappointed for us, but I'm disappointed that we could not have the function that we wanted to. But we're still all Liberals. We're still here. We're still going to enjoy our evening. The Prime Minister will address us, and our members of Parliament are here, and we will figure out an opportunity in the near future. But again, thank you so much, and the Prime Minister will address us very shortly here. My apologies again. Thank you very much.
Hey everyone, can you hear me? Listen, I'm so glad to be here in Surrey, but so sad I'm not able to see all of you. I know I just spoke with Randeep, and the room is filled with friends who I haven't seen in a long while. We've all struggled through this COVID pandemic, and I was so looking forward to spending a little time with you to thank you for all your community leadership over the past few years that have been really difficult. But also just to see so many friends, and thank you for your continued support and involvement. All of you came out tonight to exercise your democratic rights to support a political party, to be part of building a better future, to be there to contribute to the way we're building a better world for your kids. And no one should be intimidated or should be stopped from exercising their democratic freedoms, because that's what this country is all about, being able to come out and build the future you want for your families. And even though I can't see you tonight, I really look forward to coming and seeing you soon so we can continue to work together on the really big things that matter for our country, whether it's the fight against climate change, whether it's making sure that we're building a strong economy for everyone to succeed, whether it's building a brighter future with $10 a day childcare, whether it's moving forward to support people who are struggling or moving forward on the path of reconciliation. This country has big challenges that we're facing, big issues that we have to deal with, and we need to be able to do it together. So I want you to know that I think we all need to reflect on where our democracy is going and how your freedom to be part of a political event tonight is being blocked. But I also want you to know that I know how strong you are in how you believe in this country, how you believe in your own country. This is your Canada. This is your opportunity to continue to stand for the values that have always driven this community, values of respect, of openness, of hard work, of being there for your neighbors, of seva, of generosity. These are things that shape this country every single day. And I know these are things that you will continue to deliver for Canadians as we work together. So I look forward to seeing you again soon. I'm so sorry I can't see you tonight, but we will gather again very soon, and we will keep working to build a better future for all Canadians. Merci beaucoup, mes amis. Thank you so much. Be well. Stay safe.
Star now. After Randeep, now it's your turn. So thank you so much. And of course, we have a counselor from Township of Langley, Eric. Thank you for coming, Eric. We just want to make sure that you are recognized. And then we have a lot of other important people in this hall. I want to say thank you again. So I'll let Randeep to finish the rest of this speech because I'm very disappointed and I'm sorry that we have wasted your time and your energy, but we'll be back. Thank you.
Thank you. Give Dr. Chima a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, I express my deepest regret on what happened today, and it should never happen, but obviously the Prime Minister has to adhere to what his security team tells him to do, and actually what we were told is actually they were more concerned about our safety than even his, just for that very reason. When they heard the racial slurs and some of the very objectionable language, nobody should be a victim of that, and that's intolerable in Canada. So I want to thank Dr. Chima. I want to thank his team, Suki Sangha, Amrik Sangha, and all the team that has helped him and put this together. A real round of applause. All of you that have come here today, and you come at every single time when Dr. Chima or the party or I call, you're always there for us. I'm really, truly indebted to you. So I want to give a brief introduction. Dr. Chima was a bit nervous right now because he was a bit disappointed. However, the guest we have today, and she actually wasn't planning on speaking. She just wanted to join you and be here. It's her first time in Surrey Centre. She's the Member of Parliament from Oakville in Toronto. She got elected in 2019. But I have a little background story. She's my professor. So she was my law school professor. She taught me law, and whether I'm a good lawyer or a bad lawyer, you can blame it all on her. So I'm very fortunate. She has a commendable backing. She's taught at Queen's. She's taught at University of Toronto. She's taught at Yale Law School. She's one of Canada's most profound experts in corporate governance and governance structures. And she's been the Public Works Minister for Canada during COVID. So she was the one that was in charge of making sure that all our vaccines, all our PPE was here on time. And we have the lowest fatality rate pretty much in the G7 and if not the world. We had the highest vaccination rate and procurement of vaccination. She actually procured 8 vaccines per person per every person in Canada, which was unheard of in this country. So let's give her a big round of applause because we're all safe here because of her. And now she has had her newest portfolio as Minister of Defense, and we have seen what's happening in Ukraine. And let me tell you, whether it's President Zelensky or whether it's the Ukrainian people in Ukraine or whether it's Ukrainians in Canada, they are grateful. They are extremely grateful for what the Prime Minister and what Anita Anand has given them the support when they need it, in the timely fashion they need it, and also in all her lobbying outside to make sure that we really restrain Russia from this uncalled and unjust war. So without further ado, I want to call my good friend, my professor, my Minister of Defense as well, and the MP from Oakville, Minister Anita Anand. Let's give her a Punjabi welcome. If you don't know, she's half Punjabi. There you go.
Thank you so much. Well, that was very, very kind of you, student Randeep. I actually didn't know Randeep had been elected, and then when I saw him in the House of Commons lobby, he just shouted out, "Prof!" And I was blown away that we were meeting as MPs in the House of Commons lobby, so thank you so much Dr. Chima, thank you so much, Randeep, and Sat Sri Akal and Namaste to all of you. Thank you so much for that very, very warm welcome. I'd like to give a shout out before beginning my remarks to other fundraising committee members, Amrik Sangha, Solabi Sangha, Jati Sidhu.
There was an event for Prime Minister Trudeau today, and because of these protesters, and you listened to them, and we were standing together there. What do you think?
Well, you know, it's something that we're seeing more and more of. There are people who are angry, and they're resentful, and they lash out. And unfortunately, these people are very easily manipulated by those who want to make them angry. This is sort of the small C conservative that we're dealing with more and more here in Canada, and certainly to a fairly well in the United States. It hurt me to see one of those people out there with a flag that said no compromise, and it was the maple leaf on one hand and an assault rifle on the other. This on the day that 18 little kids were killed by somebody with an assault rifle in Texas. I mean, give me a break. What kind of a human being do you have to be that way? But you know what? They're Canadian. They have a right to protest. They have a right to have their opinions heard. But so do we. So do we. And we're liberals here. And as liberals, we know that where there's a gap between what's going on in the world and what the world could be, it's our job to get in there and do something about it. So the people who are here tonight, they came to see the Prime Minister. They saw the Prime Minister virtually, but that's okay. We'll make that happen in the future, but in the meantime, we can't forget the reason why we're here, because that reason hasn't changed, and the strength and the power that's in this room and in the Liberal movement across Canada will make sure that things continue to happen.
So other thing, the disturbing thing, and we were listening to them, they're making comments against ethnic communities, they're making comments, you wearing a mask and all kind of comments. Like, that shouldn't be tolerated in Canada.
Well, and I don't tolerate, but I don't have to react to it. You know, that's fine. What have they accomplished? What good have they brought to the country? What good does the Conservative Party of Canada do when they quietly feed that kind of sentiment? We're the party that actually can get something done. You know, so we know that those people love a simple, emotional message. Well, here's the simple emotional message to the people outside the area banquet hall tonight. You're being gamed. You're being gamed, you're being used. And in this room, there are people who will be able to do what the people that make you angry cannot do. We will make this a better country for you too. But, you know, they're going to have to find out the hard way that they are being gamed when they go to all this trouble and expense and lung power and everything else and find out that their lives aren't improved one whit. Not a bit.
Thank you, Ken, for your comments.
All right.
I appreciate that.
All right.
Thank you. Mr. Gordie Hogue, you see the demonstrations outside. We're not talking about Prime Minister's event today. We're talking about what they're talking about and trashing everybody possible. What are your comments?
Well, I think we've seen a big difference in what's happening with this type of event since social media came along. We always had people who were sort of on the fringes and saw things differently, didn't understand the substance and the values of Canada, and so but they didn't connect with each other. But now with social media, we're finding them connecting in the communities, connecting in provinces, connecting in countries, connecting around the world. So we're seeing this type of thing happening all over the world. And I think that we've got to be more direct, and we've got to reinforce the values of our country. Let people express them, but not let them hinder any of us in the things that we're doing and the way that we want to follow through. So they're welcome to protest, but they shouldn't be protesting to the extent that they're blocking things, and that's exactly what they're doing. And I think that's wrong, and that we should be taking a stronger stand with respect to that.
And Mr. Hogue, basically they were trashing everybody, ethnic communities, and the words they're using, I can't even bring it on the camera.
Yeah, and that again is a reflection of what happens when you sort of have that cohort that can connect through the processes of social media. That did not exist 15 years ago, and it's only growing, and we've seen all kinds of things come of that, and all kinds of misinterpretations. We saw a family of Muslims run over in Ontario.
Yes.
4 of them killed, and it was through social media they were connected. Now, over and over, we're seeing that happen, and I think we've got to take a stronger stand with respect to the values that we stand for in this country and virtually all democracies stand for. But we've got to be much more vigilant in ensuring that people are free to say what they want to say, but not interfere with and stop other people from walking where they want to walk, going where they want to go, because we're a free country, but they're taking that freedom away.
Thank you, Mr. Ho.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Much appreciate. ਹਾਂਜੀ ਮਿਸ ਲਿਟ ਅੱਜ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਮ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਦੇ ਟ੍ਰਿਪ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨੀ, ਪਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬਾਹਰ ਮੁਜ਼ਾਹਰਾ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਵਰਡਿੰਗ ਉਹ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਰੇਸਿਸਟ ਵਰਡਿੰਗ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕੀ ਖਿਆਲ?
Racing wording nahi, not swearing we as well. They was telling names you this and this, you are this, that you are a terrorist, you going inside and you are supporting China, you are supporting this, you are a communist. So that was too bad, and we feel scared when we was coming in because they all coming at you, that they're going to attack you. So it was very scary. So first we decided.
ਪਰ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਲਈ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਾੜੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਚਲੋ ਐਵਰੀਬਡੀ ਹੈਵ ਫਰੀडम ਆਫ ਸਪੀਚ, ਪਰ ਇਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਵੀ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮਤਲਬ ਬੇਇੱਜ਼ਤੀ ਕਰੋ.
No, it's very wrong. They got, as you said, right to protest. They should protest quietly, or they shouldn't shout at the people who coming to the event, you see. So they got every right to protest. They should hold banners and all that. But they was going for you to, as they are going to attack you. So first we were thinking we have to go back. But luckily we walk through, we keep walking. They keep coming behind us. So calling us names and all that. But somehow we get to the gate and then police push them back.
Thank you, Baji. Thank you very much.